Okay, so in this video, I'm going to explain the solution for number 2c. This is still in type 2. 5m to the 4 minus 125. So we have to factor this expression. To factor this expression, again, we look at the highest common factor, and the highest common factor here is 5. And then you have m to the 4th minus 25. Now, if that was the only thing that you had to do, then this should not be a type 2 question, right? So you have to check what can you do with m to the 4 minus 25. Now, since m to the 4 is an even number, so m to the 4 is a perfect square, and 25 is also a perfect square. So this is an example of a difference of two squares. So to factor this, we create two binomial factors, and the first factor or the first terms will come from the m to the 4th. So think of m to the 4 as m squared times m squared. So that means we have m squared on the first term for each binomial factor. And then to supply the last terms for each binomial factor, we refer to 25. 25 is 5 times 5. So this is 5 and 5. Again, since this is an example of the difference of two squares, meaning a square minus b square, the factored form is a minus b times a plus b. So the signs for each or for the factors will be, I have m squared plus 5 and the other one is m squared minus 5. If you look at each binomial factor, you cannot factor anything anymore, so that means they are already in simplest form. So the factored form of 5m to the 4th minus 125 is 5 times m squared plus 5 times m squared minus 5. Okay, now let's look at number 2d. So number 2d, the question is factor b minus 3 squared minus 25b squared. Again, I need you to recognize that this is still an a square minus b square expression with b minus 3 as the a and 25b squared as the b squared. Okay, now 25b squared is the same as 5b squared. So if I follow the difference of two squares factoring method, then we will have two binomial factors. Our a is b minus 3, plus b minus 3 and b minus 3. Our b, which you can see from here, will be the 5b. So 5b and 5b. One being plus and the other as minus. Okay, so simplify. This will be b and 5b will become 6b. So you have 6b minus 3. And then b minus 5b is negative 4b. And then minus 3. Now, you see a 6 and a 3. So a common factor is a 3. And this makes 2b minus 1. Okay, you see a negative and negative. You can factor out the negative 1. And you have 4b plus 3. And then, you could still simplify this. You cannot just leave the 3 and negative 1. So since we're multiplying them, so this is negative 3, that's 3 times negative 1. Copy 2b minus 1, and then 4b plus 3. So this is the factored form of the given expression. Okay, so it's a complex example of a difference of two squares. So you have to learn how to recognize if an expression is of the form a squared minus b squared. Okay, so I hope you understand the explanation for this item. So we were able to see the solutions for number 2c and number 2d. Okay, that's it.